Hi, I'm Laura. Thanks for stopping by my channel, Aquamarine18. I'm here today with a VR to 31 Days of Witchcraft, a tag hosted by Heather Carter, and as always I'll leave the information in the description box where you can find Heather's video explaining the tag and the prompts for each day. So today's question, day 7, is do you work with a specific animal spirit? If so, which animal and why? If not, is there one you would like to work with? So I don't work with any specific animal spirit as the question asks, but I do work with animal energies and personalities and the lessons that animals I think have to teach us in my spiritual practice, absolutely, just not one animal in particular. So I thought that I would maybe share a little bit about some of the ways that I incorporate working with animal energies and animal medicine into my practice, many of which I'm sure will be familiar to folks. But, you know, in lieu of talking about specific animal spirits that I would like to work with, since I don't really have any particular ones, I thought that I would just talk about working with animals in general. So people who watch my channel know that I love an animal deck. I love animal oracle decks. Animal oracle decks are perhaps my favorite genre of oracle deck. I have quite a few, and I work with them very often. So I have a couple here that I wanted to show, just two decks that I really like. One of them is the Secret Language of Animals Oracle cards by Chip Richards. And this is a mass market deck, I think, Blue Angel deck. And I really like to work with this deck as a daily draw deck. It is one of the few animal oracle decks that I really like that has keyword and phrases on the bottom. You can see there for Blue Whale: unity, resonance, magnificence, and mastery. And I think that having a animal to work with in a daily draw capacity is really great. Particularly, a deck like this comes with a great guidebook with not only some kind of information about the animal, where it lives, what it eats, how it behaves, and then some interpretations of this in terms of, meanings that animal might be bringing us. So I really like to have one of these, and these cards are so big, they're nice to display out. And this deck actually comes with some other cards, like some elements cards and things, but I like my animal deck to only have animals in it, so I actually just put them aside underneath the book to keep them separate. And I don't do big readings with this, just usually a daily draw. And then I can maybe just think about or write about more often, my impressions of that animal and what that message might be. Another deck that I really love is the Animal Allies Oracle cards, which is by Jessica Swift. And there's actually, little plug here, there's going to be an Animal Allies Oracle deck 2 that's in pre-order phase, that's going to be the same size, the same backs, but 60 new animals. And I can't wait for Animal Allies 2. And the thing that I like about this one is that while there is a little pamphlet, which I never use, this is just all artwork. There's no keywords. And I feel like these portraits are really expressive of the animals. Like these otters have just been caught mid-cuddle. And I love that. And I like when there are no keywords because it means that my understanding of the animal and associations that I have are what come to me in terms of a message for the day. I think keywords can be great, but sometimes if, we have different understandings or different associations for particular animals, and this would be true of, of other themed kind of decks as well, then it can be a bit of a cognitive dissonance, since this is, of course, all interpretation and personal experience. So this is another deck that I like to choose as a daily draw or as a little message at the end. What message might the universe have for me? at this time, or what lesson might I need to heed at a particular time. I think that animal energies and spirits are really great for those kinds of messages. When I'm not working with just a daily draw card, I also will be working with a particular animal medicine and energy every month. So, like many people, I'm sure, around New Year's Eve time, I like to do a kind of year ahead and draw one card for every month of the coming year. Not in a predictive way, but as a reflexive, themes to think about, things to be mindful of during that month's time. And I always pick two cards. So I'll pick a tarot card, but I'll also pick an animal. And actually for this year, for 2020, I worked with this deck for that. And so I display that card out it's on a shelf in my room. I have a tall shelf, and the top one is for displaying the cards of the month and of the year. And so today, the day that I'm filming right now is actually May 1st. So today will be my first day with salmon displayed there. And I have a day planner, which is Benabel Wen's Metaphysician's Day Planner. And for my card of the month, I put all of the animal cards and tarot cards there. And then there's space for, before the month starts, notes, and after the month, so I can think about what that animal might have taught me in that month. So those are some of the ways, like the most kind of frequent ways that I work with animal energy in my practice. I will say, I feel like inevitably we develop particular kinds of connections with animals that we see all the time, right? So, I love working with an animal oracle deck for the diversity of animals there. I have seen pelicans before, but I certainly don't see pelicans like hanging out around my house. I did see them when I was traveling in February, but there's lots of animals like lions and things that are not part of my day-to-day, in any kind of physical way. But I do, in the spirit of this question, asking if we have particular animal spirits that we work with or maybe connect with more so than the others. For me, I would say that would have to be the ones that I am most immediately surrounded with. So squirrels, chipmunks, cats, of course, are a constant presence in my house. I'm gesturing to Daryl is over there. Birds, I like to know the different birds that are living in the same area as me. Where I live, there are also bears, black bears mostly. Sometimes I've seen deer like very, very close to my house because I'm near a really large green space. Beavers, muskrats, lots of insects, of course. So I feel particular, strengthened connections with these animals that I am surrounded with on a day-to-day basis. The dove who's nesting on the edge of my eaves trough, or the bunny that comes every morning and eats my lawn. These are the constant animal presences, in my life that I feel particular sorts of connection to by virtue of sharing space together. But I do like to work with just animal energies in general, and I love learning about the so many different animals that live here on Earth with us. So that's my answer for day 7. I look forward to hearing about other folks' connections with animal energies and animal spirit in their practices as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.